and unmute the mic. Hello, viewers. Welcome, everyone, to the third episode of Fate Stay Night. Fate route. If everyone wants to say hello again, starting with Amumu to the right, just say hello, and I will give you all a shout out.
My neck.
I don't know. Whatever the group calls in order.
Oh, it's yeah.
Hi. Sorry, I'm trying to fix mine. I can't see the.
You're okay. Oh, it's because I accidentally closed out of it.
Because you left. Because someone left, specifically Haku. Whatever.
Because I'm selfish and I want Classy all to myself, you whores.
Whoa! Oh, whoa!
Classy and Haku decided they're doing everything.
Yeah, they're gonna voice all the characters.
We're voicing the whole game ourselves, yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Alright, Dish, would you like to say hello?
Hello.
And Haku?
You completely skipped me!
We were... Okay, say hi, Chiru.
Hi! Actually, no, I take back my hi. I don't want to say hi
fuck
anymore.
you, dude. Alright, Haku.
You.
Hello, my name is Haku. I like to shoot people, and I have a gun.
Interesting. And Hime?
Oh, hi, y'all.
Sorry, I kind of do this as, like, audio test as well as everyone saying hi, so that's why I do it at the start of every stream. Alright. Let's load our save. And I found out I should be saving at every choice. I'm not cute, Anne. God damn it.
You are.
Fight me. And I will, I should be saving at every choice, apparently, because apparently there's bad endings and shit. Fuck you, Haku. Okay, I'm just gonna load the game.
Come here and do it yourself, you coward.
Bet.
I'll get you the ticket. I got money.
Alright.
Oh shit.
Relaxing after dinner. It's almost 9 o'clock. Well, what shall I do? There's some time before my evening training. Oh my god, Dish. I should save the game. Because that's what they told me to do. I'll rest. Yeah. I'll take a brief break in preparation for the training tonight. The bath's ready and I can ask Fujini to take Sakura home. Now that I've decided that, let's do things efficiently. First, I'll wake up Fujini, who's asleep in the living room. Then I'll thank Sakura for dinner, see them both off, and take a bath. Because I'm stinky. And so, the day ends. Just before midnight, Emiya Shiro must carry out his daily routine of using magic. I stretch out and adjust my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and pay attention to only what is inside me. Trace on. As if to hypnotize myself, I murmur the spell I'm long accustomed to. No, I really am hypnotizing myself. As I have no magic crest and no knowledge of magic, a spell is only a change to myself. Normally there are no lines in a human body to allow the passage of magical energy. To artificially change my body to create such a line, I need enough concentration to unify my whole body and every nerve within it. Magic is a battle with yourself. For instance, at this very moment, I am inserting a burning steel rod into my backbone. This metal rod is the only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. When I insert it this deep into my... Okay, that's a translation error. My body and connect to the other nerves, I can finally become a magus. This is not a metaphor. In reality... Oh my god, Huck. Something like a burning tongue, which cannot be seen or felt, is being inserted into my backbone. I am a sorcerer. Emiya Kuritsugu, the man who said so, was really a magus. A living magus who performed many marvels and had touched the very structure of the world. As a young child, I admired him and asked him to teach me magic. But you cannot become a magus just through effort. It requires both talent and appropriate knowledge. And of course, I have no talent, and Kiritsugu taught me nothing of magic. He said something about me having no need of such knowledge. I still don't know what he meant by that. But still, it didn't matter to me back then. I thought that if I could use magic, I could be like him. But I was not born with talent. No strength of magic circuit, no accumulated works of magic handed down for generations. The work of magic Kiritsugu possessed, the magic crest passed down by the Emiya family, can only be passed on by a blood relation. A magic crest forces a rejection on those with no blood relation. So as an adopted son, I could not receive the Emiya family's magic crest. Well, anyways. As I don't even know what a magic crest is, it doesn't matter if I have one or not. So now, it all comes down to is training what I can do. If I want to be a magus, I have to learn the magic to fit my nature. To be blunt, magic is a way to release one's magical energy. You could say that magical energy is my life force. It is divided into two forms, a large source, mana, floating around the world, and a small source, odd, created in oneself. It goes without saying that the large source is superior to the small one. The power of mana is on a completely different level from odd. Whatever the form of magic, a spell using the large source far exceeds one using only one's own power. That is why superior magi excel at drawing magical energy from the world. It's like a filter. A magus turns his body into a filter, sucks up the mana from the world around him, and changes it into something he can use. This filter is what we call a magic circuit. This is the talent one is born with, and the number of magic circuits within you is determined the moment you are born. Normally, human beings do not have many magic circuits. To begin with, there are always very few. That is why magi pile them up generation after generation, making their children more suitable to use magic. I hear some families go too far and increase the number of magic circuits by selective breeding. Well, since I was raised in a normal family, I don't have many magic circuits. So that leaves only one method to open to me. According to Kiritsugu, every person has at least one form of magic they are fit for. He said something about drawing out magical energy appropriate to their origin, but I didn't really understand. All I know for sure is that even I have some magic I can use. And if I train that magic, I may be able to become like Kiritsugu. That is why I learned only that magic. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugu finally accepted me as a student. That'd be you, Haku.
Listen, Shiro. To learn magic is to stray away from common sense. You die when you die, and you kill when you must. Our essence is not in life, but in death. Magic is only a way to destroy yourself.
I guess I had no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, putting his hand on the nodding Emiya Shiro.
I will teach you. I will teach you will bring you What I will teach you will bring you conflicts. This is why you must not use it in front of people, and you must not cease your practice, even though it is difficult to learn. Well, I don't really care if you break that one. The most important thing is that magic is something to use not for yourself, but for others. If you do that, you may become a magic user, but you will not become a magus.
Are you counting a Momo? I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to become a magus. I don't care about that. I don't admire a magus, I admire Kiritsugu. Oh! If I can become like Kiritsugu and be there for someone like that, like on that red day, that will be... I'm thinking needlessly. I feel the iron rod in my backbone slide into place.
I came.
No! Oh, yeah! I came. If I lose control of my breathing now, it would be a fatal mistake. The artificial magic circuit will eat away my body and destroy it. If that happens, I'll die. I would be only an amateur, failing such an elementary step. Hi, Nezumi! I grind my teeth and resume the connection. After a battle like walking on needles, the iron rod finally arrives deep within me and fuses with my body. This process took me about an hour. After that much time, I'm finally able to make one artificial circuit. One circuit that produces magical energy. Basic structure. Analyzed. After that, it becomes a process of naturally flowing magical energy. Emiya Shiro is no magus. He's only a magic user who can create magical energy within his body and channel it into objects. So there's only one magic possible, which is compensation. Analyze. Strengthening objects. It is a magic of strengthening that reinforces the object's abilities by understanding the object's structure and channeling magical energy into it. Basic structure. Altar. Before me is a metal pipe. I will channel magical energy into it, form the simplest magic, and reinforce its durability. Basically, channeling your magical energy into something other than yourself is like pouring poison onto that object. It is just as the blood of Emiya Shiro is not the blood of the metal pipe. Pumping different blood only accelerates its breakdown. It certainly wouldn't strengthen it. To prevent that, and to turn the poison into a tonic, one must completely understand the structure of the target, and channel the magical energy into small open spaces. Hello, Iron Werewolf, how you doing? Don't die, Haku. Compensation. Reinforce. It must be easy for a skilled magus, but for me, who can't even create sufficient magical energy, it's as hard as hitting a target with hundreds of meters away. I'm doing good, thank you for asking. The usual target in archery is 28 meters away. How much harder it is at many times that distance goes without saying. Okay. The heat in my body quickly escapes. The burning pillar in my backbone disappears, and the lungs stretched to the limit demand air. I arched my back to hold off the daze, almost making me pass out. Ah, damn it. Failed again. I came. There's no change in the metal pipe. It seems that the magical energy I poured into it has evaporated into the air. It's hard to improve something that already has form. The thing I'm attempting is like adding something to an already complete work of art. Adding to a complete object risks making it less perfect. Adding unnecessary things will actually decrease the value. That is why the magic of strengthening is simple yet difficult, and only a few magi will use it willingly. It's not like I use it willingly either, but it can't be helped as it's the only thing I'm good at. It would be much easier if I could just form something out of clay and use it instead, but a substitute in appearance wouldn't have the internal structure to match. Junk around here is a good example. When I fail with strengthening magic, I make some substitute object to practice and calm down, but they all end up with nothing inside. I can visualize something's structure easily, so I can make the outside look like the original, but it's empty inside, and of course, it doesn't do anything. I wipe the sweat off my brow. Now that I think about it, I realize my whole body is sweating, like I've been drenched with a bucket of water. But I'm lucky it just ended like this. That was really bad. If I'd taken a second longer to recover myself, I probably would have destroyed most of my body. If I improved every time I came closer to death, there might be some hope. It's not even that easy. But it is true that you won't improve your magic if you're scared to death. As long as you study magic, death is always right beside you. Even a simple magic repeated every day can go off with a simple mistake, taking the caster's life. See you again, Hago.
The first step of a magus is to accept death.
Ritsuko said so sadly. Maybe he meant that he didn't want me to take such a step. Saving someone means not... Oh, it's me, sorry.
Okay.
Saving someone means not saving someone else. A superhero is really selfish, huh? Oh wait, why was it my voice? It sounded like... Oh, maybe it was you. I'm sorry, fuck. It sounded like my voice. Okay, whatever. Ritsuko said that to me when I told him I wanted to be just like him. I still don't know what he meant. But Emiya Shiro has to become a superhero who goes around saving people just like Emiya Kuritsugu. But I still can't even do basic things like this. Why do I get distracted by needless things at the most important times? I'm so stupid. It's not enough to understand the structure of an object with mere vision. A skilled magus only detects what's important and changes magical energy without waste. My dream is to become a superhero. I remember what... Oh, okay. Well, that had no fucking voice game! I remember what Fujini said during dinner. I don't think it's embarrassing nor impossible. It's already determined Emiya Shiro will succeed Emiya Kuritsugu. That's why even though I'm inexperienced, I've done everything I can. I don't know what kind of person a superhero should be, so I can only approach it by helping others within the limits of my abilities. I have aimed straight for that goal for the past 5 years, but when things just go wrong like this, I do have doubts. Jeez, I don't get it. Father, how can I become a superhero? I look up at the sky through the window. It's not like I can just randomly do good deeds. I think being a superhero is different from just helping others. I know that, but the question is, how can I become one? The difference between the two is the thing I've failed to understand for the past 5 years. That was a lot of magic. One day number 2. My awakening is dark. Perhaps I just don't dream much, but unless something really special happens, I always seem to have the same dream. What I imagine are swords. I don't know why it is, but this is the only thing that comes into my mind. There's no meaning or reason to it. It may just be one of the aspects making up Emiya Shiro. There are no dreams to dream. The only things I recall from sleep are things I was taught a long time ago. For example, about magi. Even if I'm an amateur, I'm a magus, and it's only natural for me to understand the kind of world I live in. Frankly speaking, a magus is an exception who deviates from modern society. But even exceptions must band together to survive. Father told me that the group of magi is called the Magic Association. He also said I shouldn't associate with them. The Magic Association hides magic and organizes magi. They basically keep watch to see that the magi do not affect society with magic. But the strange part is that they do not prohibit the misuse of magic. According to Kuritsugu, the Magic Association is only interested in the concealment of magic. Even if a magus carries out his research, the expense of the lives of many ordinary people, the Magic Association will not punish him. Their priority is that magic should not become public, so they do not ban magic. So they're crazy people who think you can do anything as long as you don't get caught. Anyway, the surveillance of the Magic Association is thorough. Most magical research would cost the lives of ordinary people, and as a result, the existence of magic would become public. So the association does not allow research that would harm society. So magi stay at home and research quietly, while the normal world carries on unmolested. Hence, magi only try to hide themselves to escape the association. So perhaps I just don't know it, and a magus lives in this town. I hear Fuyuki City is a spiritually excellent area. Such an area always has a distinguished magus with a history. They are called the Second Owner, an elite, and the association entrusts the area to them. Magi who would live in the area must visit them and obtain their permission to construct a workshop. Looking at it like that, there are thieves living here without the permission of the landlord. Father was an outlaw who cut his ties with the association and moved here without the consent of the administrator of Fuyuki. The owner doesn't know that Emiya Kiritsugu was a magus, and Kiritsugu didn't know who the owner was. With reasoning like that, I think our position is ambiguous. I can't say that word, fuck. Father, the real magus, has passed away. And I, his son and pupil, don't know the Magic Association, and have not the skill to be a magus. From the association's point of view, they would want to catch an amateur like me doing things, but I've seen no movement yet. No. I've heard that Japan is relatively hidden from the eyes of the association, so I think I've just have not been found out. But that doesn't mean I can't let my guard down. People say that the eyes of the association are everywhere. On top of that, if you commit a crime with magic, the heretic hunters of the church will come after you. That just means that whatever you use magic for, lack of care will create enemies. I, Emiya Shiru, will just have to study independently, taking that into account. I wake up to see the sun shining in through the window. The sun may have just risen, as it is still a bit dark outside. I'm not really good in the mornings. I get up, trying not to be defeated by the morning chill, and quickly fold up my futon. It's 5:30. One of my strengths is waking up at this time, no matter how late I go to sleep. I do sometimes make mistakes and wake up like yesterday, but I usually wake up early. Alright, breakfast. Since I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, I have to return the favor this morning. I should finish preparing before Sakura arrives. I cook rice and make some miso soup. It was radish and carrot yesterday, so I make onion and potato miso soup today. I also make the usual broth, egg, and broth boil, and I'm done. I cut and salt the sari and stop just before cooking. Alright, that should do. It's almost 6 o'clock. I finished earlier than expected, so I have some extra time. So what should I do? Yeah, I guess I can train a bit if I have this much time. The morning exercises are my daily routine, so I'll go and stretch my body a bit. The empty dojo is quiet enough to brace myself. In the morning, when the sun has just risen, the silence has a holy feel to it that fantasizes those who come here. Well, there's only one thing to do now that I'm here. Since Kiritsugu died, this place has become a gym to train my body. Thank you for becoming first, Haku. Even a magus can't...
Y'all suck at this game.
Yeah, I recently added that, so I think people are still realizing it's there. Even a magus can't neglect to train their body. One of the requirements for a magus is to have excellent physical abilities. While Kiritsugu was alive, we had many matches here. Well, it was pretty much him beating on me, so I didn't really learn anything about how to win in a fight. A lot of times. But I think I learned the differences between a fight and a battle. In other words, I was taught the difference between killing your opponent and beating your opponent. Knowledge and experience are different. Unless I know in advance, it's hard to tell whether I'm involved in a fight or a murder. It's a simple story. As long as you learn magic, you might destroy yourself, and times will come where you have to fight. For a magi, a fight means killing each other. So I think what Kiritsugu wanted to teach me was to prepare my mind for the prospect of death. But it's been a while since my teacher passed away. On my own, all I can do are simple exercises that anyone could do. Well then, let's do this properly. After warming up by stretching, I start my exercises, keeping my attention inside my body. I comprehend the flow of the magic circuit, and the friction in my bones, the distortion in my thinking during fatigue, all while I'm training. 120, 150, 170. Even a simple push-up can be training for the magic circuit if I put on mental shackles instead of metal weights. As I don't have a teacher, exercise like that of club morning practice is an important part of training.
Good morning, Senpai. Have you finished preparing breakfast already?
Thank God I need a drink of water, holy fuck. Yeah, breakfast is done. All that's left is setting up the table and cooking the fish.
Oh, I'll help then. I'll prepare the dishes.
Sakura is cheerful. And behind that, Admirable Jr.
Oh, this is the smell of Shiro's omelet. I see you're making breakfast this morning.
Fujini moves slowly to the table. Well, that aside, first I have to cook the fish I prepared. Sakura, can you use the dishes in the middle? That will make it look better.
Huh? This one with bumps?
Yeah, that. You have to think about the plates too, or it's an oversight. Oh, and the radish is already grated. Sakura takes out a dish from the back. I think I saw a faint bruise on her wrist when she leaned forward. Hold on, Sakura.
Yes? What is it, Senpai?
What's that mark on your wrist?
Oh.
She looks away awkwardly. And that tells me who caused that bruise. Shinji again, huh? What does he think he's doing beating on his sister?
That's not it, Senpai. Well, I fell and hurt myself. I'm a bit slow, you know? So I fall and get hurt a lot.
Don't be stupid. How can you get a bruise like that from falling over? Seems Shinji isn't tired of beat up yet. I can't speak.
No, Senpai. This doesn't have anything to do with Nissan. I really did this to myself, so you can't get mad.
Sakura falls silent. Sakura looks calm, but she's pretty abstinent. It's useless to say anything to her now. Alright. If you say so, I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I'm sorry, Senpai.
Why are you apologizing? It's Shinji's fault. At the mention of Shinji's name, Sakura looks away awkwardly. In other words, he is the cause of that bruise. Mato Shinji has a bad habit of being hard on his sister Sakura. I first noticed it about a year ago. Sakura was injured sometimes, and she just evaded my question when I asked about it. When I asked Shinji about it, of all things, he said he was the one who hit Sakura. When I asked him why he hit her, he said he just hit her because he felt like it. After that, I got pissed and did to Shinji what he did to Sakura. Since then, we've been estranged. I still don't regret punching him. But I think it's my fault that Sakura is being treated worse.
Senpai, did you, work things out with Nissan?
Huh? Yeah, I did. We didn't have a fight or anything, so it's not like there was anything to work out.
Oh, it might be like that for you. The Nissan thinks you guys got into a fight. So, well, please be careful.
Hmm? Sakura says strange things sometimes. Be careful. You mean of Shinji?
Yes, I think Nissan thinks of you as an enemy. And he thinks that you quit the club because of him.
That's not true. Me quitting the club had nothing to do with Shinji. Well, Maybe a bit, but it's not something you should worry about. Like Shinji says, this certainly is a decent. I point at my right shoulder. There's a scar there. It happened a year and a half ago. A shipment collapsed on me at work and I hurt my right shoulder. I got out with just a broken bone, but the shipment was hazardous. A hazardous one, I got a burn on my skin. After that accident, I quit the archery club. My school archery club emphasizes formalities, as they let us shoot formally even as students. The men expose their right shoulder when they shoot. Shinji commented that it might be indecent for someone shooting to formally have a scar on their shoulder. Since I was getting busy with work, I quit the archery club right then.
Senpai? It might be persistent, but are you really not shooting anymore? Fujimura-sensei said your injury shouldn't be a problem.
What are you saying? Fujini wouldn't think it's a problem even if I broke every bone in my body.
Senpai, I'm being serious.
I should answer seriously too, but I can't give her the answer she wants. I don't have time to do club activities for now. I like archery, but it's not something I prioritize. So I'm taking some time off from it.
How long is some time?
I guess until I feel like it. Well, I'll try to make it back before you graduate. Welcome me then, Sakura. I pat Sakura's shoulder.
Oh, yes, I'll be waiting.
And she nods so powerfully that it seems she might drop the plate she's holding. It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujini have already left for their morning club practice. I went to school early yesterday because Issei wanted me to, but I leave my house at the usual time today. I ran into an unusual scene when I reached the intersection. Several police cars are parked outside of a house. Something must have happened, as it's noisy and lots of people are surrounding the area. I'm curious, but I can't tell what's going on with all the people surrounding it. I have no time, so I should prioritize school. I reached school 10 minutes before the bell. I entered the main gate as usual. Oh, who is that? Oh. Okay. Is that you, Anne? Oh yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I was throwing the cat off the desk.
You're fine.
Hey, morning, Mia.
I bump into a familiar female student. What? You've not changed yet, Mitsuzuri? It's almost homeroom. You shouldn't have time to say hello to me.
You're right. You're cold as always, Mia.
She laughs as if something is really funny. Mitsuzuru Ayako. She was my classmate in first year, and now she's the captain of the archery club. She's very insightful, and everyone expected her to become the captain since the first year. Well, in other words, her mental age is older than her real age. So she's been the older sister type everyone counts on since she was a first year. Though she gets mad when people say that. According to her, she's not that old.
Huh? Were you just thinking badly of me?
I wouldn't dream of it. I was just thinking objectively about the truth. Though, it's up to you if you want to feel angry about it.
Oh, you don't say. That's good. You answered honestly, but you never revealed what you were thinking about. You don't let your guard down like Shinji does.
Shinji? What does he have to do with this?
Because you guys are friends. You're the only male friend he has, right? And you might have forgotten, but I'm the captain of the archery club. don't you think it's only natural for me to connect the current problem student and the problem student that quit?
Yeah, that's certainly natural. The archery club has nothing to do with it, but I certainly do have an unsavory and inseparable relationship with them.
Oh, that makes me mad. You get so cold when talking about the archery club. You've got it nice. You left Shinji behind and just quit. Couldn't you think about those who were left, like me and Sakura?
Did Shinji do something again?
A day doesn't pass when he doesn't do something. But still, yesterday was a bit too much. He even made a guy from the first year quit.
Mitsuzuru sighs seriously. It's rare for her to make a face like this, but even more than that, I can't ignore what she just said. What's that? A student quit? Why?
Shinji took his anger out on him. He got loads of female students around and made the kid, who has barely started handling bows, shoot. He laughed at him until he hit the target.
Huh? And you let that happen?
Of course I didn't, but a captain's busy, you know? I can't always be in the dojo. You know that.
That's true, but what the hell was Shinji thinking? He does teach very harshly, but he's not the type to make fun of people like that.
I'm surprised. You really are like that.
What do you mean by that? Were you just thinking badly of me?
Oh, I was just thinking objectively about the truth, so it's up to you if you want to feel angry about it.
Stop copying me. Fine, but what about Shinji? Why did he act like that?
From what I heard, it was something like getting turned down harshly by Tosaka.
Huh? You mean that Tosaka?
There's no other Tosaka at our school. I'm talking about the honor student in class 2A, Miss Perfect Tosaka Rin.
I don't think I've heard that nickname before. It's the first time I've heard the nickname, but I probably would agree with it. With Tosaka involved, I can understand even Shinji getting turned down. And most of all, if it was Tosaka, I can see her refusing him mercilessly.
Anyway, Shinji's been like this since yesterday. That's why I've had to keep an eye on the dojo until now, today.
Shinji has a nasty temper. I know it's hard, but keep up the hard work, Mitsuzuru.
Okay. But Shinji never knows when to stop, you know? I feel like he'll do something really bad if he asks her out again and gets turned down again.
No, even Shinji wouldn't approach someone who turned him down. He's pretty good about that kind of thing.
But he can't help it if the person who turned him down comes near him. I don't know why, but Tosaka comes and visits the dojo pretty often. You quit, so you wouldn't know.
It's the first I've heard of it. Tosaka Rin doesn't do any club activities for personal reasons. I thought she went straight home since she turned down the recommendation to join the student council.
Well, maybe that sort of thing is good every now and then. He has a haughty attitude, so it might be good for him to have a hard time for once.
Mitsuzuri says some dangerous things. Come to think of it, I heard that Tosaka has many enemies. Could Mitsuzuri be one of them? Hey, Mitsuzuri, that's going to...
Oh, It's almost time. Bye, Amiya. Come and see my archery skills sometime.
Mitsuzuri hurries off. She's just like always. But I like that part of her. Feeling calmer now, I head for the classroom. It's lunchtime. Our school has a splendid cafeteria, and most students eat here. But there are some old-fashioned students who bring their own lunches. Two of them happen to be me and the student council president in front of me. Yeesh.
Hey. Emiya, could you give me some of that fried chicken? My lunch is desperately lacking in meat.
Sure, but why is your lunch so plain? You live in a temple, but there aren't any teachings prohibiting meat or alcohol, right?
Such an acronym. It's just my father's way. He says there is no luxurious food of a young priest, and that I should have to work for what I want. I'm thinking of running away and joining a circus.
Oh yeah? Sounds like that guy. Issei's father is the priest of Ryodu Temple, and a bold guy who's old friends with the old man at Fujini's place. You can't expect a normal personality when he's friends with a guy like that. That's great. Well then, I'll give you one in the hope of repayment someday. I hand him my lunchbox.
Thank you. This is part of my religious training.
Issei bows deeply. How can I put this? I never know what to say when things like this remind me of that he's the son of the priest.
Oh, by the way, Emiya, did you know there was something going around 2nd Avenue? It's right around the intersection where we park.
Intersection? The intersection this morning. He must mean that clamor with all the police cars.
I heard there was a murder. I don't know the details, but family of 4. Only the child survived. They say the oldest sister and the parents were stabbed to death. What's strange is that they think the weapon was a long one, not like a knife or something.
A long weapon? He must mean something like a sword. It was a murder, so that must mean the sister and the parents were killed. Oh shit. I picture it. Someone barging in at night. Unjust violence. A one-sided pillage like an accident. Slashed parents. The sister killed without even knowing what's going on. To the side, the child covered in their blood. Issei, have they caught the murderer?
It doesn't seem like it. Accidents from faulty construction in Shinto and a murder wrong? Emiya? Did you choke on something? Wait, hold on. What?
No, no. You're good. Nothing. What's wrong?
No, I was just surprised since you had a nasty expression. Sorry. That wasn't something I could have talked about during lunch.
Issei tries to soften the air apologetically. I was fine with the topic, but was I really making such a nasty face? And then there's a quiet knock at the door. Haku?
The shots must have gone to him. Fuck.
Oh no, we took a shot for every single time we said
Ah,
magic.
no, I fucked up on how I was supposed to unmute.
You're okay.
I, mu- I muted my mic and I didn't unmute Discord, and then I unmuted Discord and didn't unmute my mic. Excuse me, is Ryuto here?
Oh, yes. What is it, Sensei?
Issei addresses Kazuki. Just entered. It must be a simple talk about the student council, as Issei seems pretty relaxed.
Is that Issei or me?
I think that's Dish. Yeah, Issei.
Oh, Dish. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's not something you see every day. Despite his appearance, Issei's very shy. The guy who draws a line against his classmates, and even his teachers, is letting his guard down with Kazuki. Maybe they get along because they're both so serious. Kazuki, Soichiro, the teacher in charge of 2A, is serious and stubborn. Probably that aspect helps them get along with Issei, who prizes order and discipline. The two continue to talk. All the while, I can't get the story of the murder out of my head. Class is ended and it's time to go home. I can't go anywhere as I have work today. I should leave school and go straight to the neighboring town, but... Still worried about the conversation I had this morning. I made my way to the archery club before I knew it. Jeez, what am I doing? According to Mitsuzuru, Tosaka Rin comes here often. Well, I don't really care about that, but I know Shinji's getting angry at her is going to be a problem. Shinji just doesn't know when to stop when he gets angry. It's bad if Shinji gets violent, just because she turned him down. I don't know why it's bad. It's just bad. It makes me feel bad thinking about it, so I have to stop it from happening. Oh, Tosaka's not here. Tosaka isn't around. Mitsuzuri worries were needless. Well, that'd be you, Dish.
Oh, who's not here?
Oh, yeah, it is Dish. I thought it was Shinji for a second.
So, who's not here?
Hi, Weeb, how you doing? And there's Issei, whom I just left behind. Oh, it's you, Issei. Issei. Don't scare me like that.
Well, you were looking at the dojo suspiciously.
Hi, Sanctum. Thank you for the prey. No.
So, who's not here? There.
You're okay. Tosaka. I heard that she had an argument with Shinji yesterday, so I came to see how things were.
Oh, whoa. That is suspicious. You give a reason without being asked. I only asked you who wasn't here.
What? What I do shouldn't concern you.
Yes, that is right. But it's useless then yet. Tosaka won't be here.
Sorry, give me one second.
That's because she intentionally skipped school today.
Sorry about that. There we go. What? Skipped school. So she was absent today? I see. She's absent. Wait, Issei, how can you say she skipped school? I don't think she'd do such a thing. Hi, Abyssal Aries, how you doing? I'll drink water right now. How you doing? How you doing?
Of course she will. She won't catch a cold. As I see it, she's evil. You'll be eaten if you let her look deceive you. Let her looks deceive you. Amiya.
Somehow, Issei's words annoy me. It's true that I don't know her, but I can't imagine she's a bad person. You're going too far, Issei. Osaka can't be like that.
What? You're after Toshoka too? Oh, sorry. Please ignore that. What I just said.
After Tosaka? Who said anything like that? Don't jump to conclusions. I just thought it'd be bad if Shinji got into trouble again.
So you were planning to stop Shinji if he attacked Osaka, huh? You're playing an unrewarded role again. I don't really care, but you have a bad taste in you.
It's not unrewarded since I haven't done it. But Issei, you didn't say something. Didn't you say something strange?
Huh? You mean that going after Tosaka is a bad taste?
Yeah, Tosaka is really popular. I haven't heard any bad rumors about her.
Yes. None. That's exactly what I don't like about it.
What don't you like about it?
Everything. The woman is a fox. A schoolgirl. A monster. I just don't like her. Psychologically. I won't say anything bad, but you should try to hate her too.
Issei, don't you always say we shouldn't talk badly of people behind their backs?
Idiot. It doesn't count as talking behind someone their back. I'm speaking so that she can hear.
Ah, no wonder I feel someone's eyes from the archery dojo. Thank God. I'm so glad Tosaka is absent today. Please, Issei, please restrict yourself from talking behind people's backs.
Alright. If you say so. But I wasn't insulting her at all. I was only saying that I'm on guard against her. That should be within my rights.
But you were saying things like monster and fox. And I think the term schoolgirl is discrimination.
No, that was just a phrase. There are good foxes and monsters too. I only apply the terms to describe Tosaka.
Katsu. Issei laughs.
Well, I'll be going back to the student council room, but you're going to work, right? You shouldn't have time to play around like this.
He must feel refreshed now that he's said everything he wanted. As he leaves calmly. I've known him for 2 years now, but I still don't understand his personality. "20 minutes after taking the bus from my school, I arrive at the neighboring town of Shinto, across the bridge. Oh, it's not 5 o'clock yet? I guess I still have some time. Miyama City is a residential district, so there's no part-time jobs there, but the developing Shinto has many available. The school approves of students having part-time jobs, so I work a few easy ones. I prefer hard physical labor that ends as quickly as possible. It's killing two birds with one stone as it builds my body while I get paid for it. Today's job is a simple loading job from 5 to 8 o'clock. Even though it's only 3 hours, there's 6 hours worth of work to do. They make you run around without a minute's rest. So I should rest when I can, even if it's just for 10 minutes. It's a waste of energy walking around until my job, so I guess I'll just rest in the park. This park among the buildings is like a big field. The park should be filled with people like families and lovers on weekends, but it's empty here now. No, this place is always desolate. This place is the same as always. I'm a bit sad. The utterly neglected ground looks awful compared to the neatly organized surroundings. The desolate area makes the wind feel cold. This is the remains of the conflagration 10 years ago, and this is the place where I was saved from burning to death. I wonder why they don't plant grass here. It's a waste to keep it like this. It's a large area, so if they retiled it, the park would get bigger. Being absent-mindedly, I sit down on a bench. I stare at the burned land to pass the time. I don't remember what happened here back then. I probably don't remember because I was a kid, and it wouldn't have been an easy scene to memorize. All I can remember is that it was hot, and I couldn't breathe, and that people died trying to save others. I wonder why. For example, an adult that tried to save a child from a burning house. He saved the child but died in its place. For example, there were people who had their throats burned, but they gave what little water they had to one guy, and the others died. For example, there was someone who ran alone to get away from the fire as fast as possible, and everyone that he passed on the way died. And for example, people who died because they gave something that was saving them, only to save others they didn't even know. I didn't like things like that. It makes me mad that those who tried hard were sacrificed. Am I greedy to want an ending where everyone is safe and happy? All I wanted was to see people relax peacefully, so why couldn't I manage such a simple thing? I think that's you again, Haku.
That's difficult. What you want is to save everyone.
Kiritsugu answered to the question I asked as a child. Of course, as a child, I denied it. Because Kiritsugu saved me. I knew he was a sorcerer who could do anything. Hi, Cloyd! How you doing? I knew he was a superhero who couldn't ignore people in need, who saved them for no benefit. So I believed Kiritsugu could have saved everyone back then. When I told him that, he made a troubled expression and said something that I remember to this day.
Shiro, save one person means not saving another. Look, a superhero can only save the people he has saved. It's obvious, but that is the definition of a superhero.
I understand that. It's obvious now that he said it. Let's say there's a robber and some hostages, and the robber intends to kill the hostages. With normal methods, most of the hostages will be killed. Even if you use a miraculous method to save all the hostages, there will still be one person who isn't saved. That, of course, is the robber whose hostages were rescued. The people a superhero saves are only those he decides to save. That's why even God cannot save everyone. All the more if it's a natural disaster. No one could have saved everyone. The fire 10 years ago was like that. It's not something I, who was miraculously saved from it, can talk about now. But I don't want that. I don't want such a thing. I don't want help that has a limited capacity. You have to help, no matter how impossible it is. I can't stand to have strangers dying around me like back then. So if I had been there 10 years ago, even if it was impossible, I would have gone into the fire and... I would have certainly died in vain. That's for certain. Jeez, I'm hopeless. Yeah, it's already 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock bell rings. I stand up quickly, making my way to work. When my job's done, the sun is already set. It's a bit before 8. I finished 10 minutes early because I worked too hard. It seems I worked frantically since I went to the place before work. Here in front of the station, the night's just getting started. There are lots of people and a constant flow of cars on the road. The buildings are still lit up, and just looking at them makes me feel like I'm watching a grand festival of illumination. I guess I don't have to buy anything for Fujini. I walk while looking up at the lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can see the top clearly. I just gaze up at the building, just enjoying the night scenery. Huh? When I think I see something out of place. What was that? I stop and stare at the rooftop. I focus my eyes, looking at the thing as small as a grain of rice. It looks like someone I know. Why is she there? What would she be doing there? With her long fluttering hair, fluttering and doing nothing, she looks down at the town. It doesn't seem like she notices me down here. No, there's no way she can see me. She's so high up that I, with better eyesight than most, can barely see her by improving my vision with magical energy. I can recognize her since she's standing there alone, but there's no way she would notice me here among all these people. She's just looking down at the town. Maybe she's looking for something, as I can feel her sharp stare even down here. I forget about time and keep looking up at the girl standing in the sky. She's on top of a tall tower. She's like a witch looking down at the earth with the moon behind her. Oh. And then she must be done with whatever she was doing as she disappears. Her figure has disappeared from the scene, and the scene returns to the beautiful view of the night. That was Tosaka, right? I have no proof, but I think I'm right. There aren't many girls with looks that stand out that much. And more than that, I'm not stupid enough to mistake a girl I secretly admire. I see, but still. Well, Tosaka sure has strange hobbies. Unlike Shinto, there's no one in Miyama City. After 8 o'clock, there are no people around. The town is terribly quiet. At the junction is the house I saw this morning. There's no sign of people, and the door has a do not enter sign. After only one day, the house is as quiet as an abandoned building. Parents and older sister killed by the burglar. What kind of life remains for the child left behind? I bite my lip, feeling powerless. Even after swearing to become like Kiritsugu, I can't do anything about something that happened so close by. Even though I want to help someone, in the end, I don't even know what I can do. I climb the hill and reach the Emiya house. The lights are still on, so Sakura or Fujini must still be there. I'm home! Oh, just you, Fujini?
Oh, welcome home, Shira.
Fujini turns around, munching on a rice cracker. The TV shows a loud variety show.
Jeez, coming home at a time like this again? I told you to come home early since it gets dark early in the winter.
I am home early. I'm taking a part-time job that finishes at 8, so don't be unreasonable. So, where's Sakura? It looks like dinner's ready, but...
Jen went home early. She said she had something to do today, so she just cooked dinner and left.
Fujini says so happily. As far as she's concerned, anyone who cooks for her is a good person. I see. That might be a good idea for a while. It's been dangerous recently, so maybe I should just cook dinner myself till then. Or till next term.
What? I protest. You come home so late, Shiro. If you don't cook until after that, we won't eat until after 10.
Hold on. Can't you just eat at home?
What? I am at home.
Fujini seems puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure that makes me happy or sad. Alright. I understand. I can't exactly expect you to cook for yourself, can I? Anyways, what's that thing by your feet? Don't tell me you're been picking up junk again. Fujini has a terrible habit of leaving junk at my place. Large bowls from restaurants, a heavy teapot she got in the shopping district, a strange guitar that plays by itself. I think she thinks this place is some kind of warehouse. Let me see. I'll throw it away if it's junk.
This? It's a poster that was left over at my place.
Fujini hands me the poster. It's probably some infamous idol or something. Let's see. Here we have a military-style guy with his thumbs up on a cheap-looking blue sky background. In letters like blood it reads, "Love's lovely Ranger Land. Please join the self-defense force." Hold on, this is an army recruiting poster.
I don't want it, so you can have it.
Whoa, I don't want this either. I roll up the poster and hit Fujini with it.
It missed.
But Fujini deflects my attack with a poster she had hidden and counterattacks mercilessly. Bam. The poster lightly knocks my... Gah! Stars. I saw stars.
Don't imagine you can hit me with your skills. You need to practice more.
That's not the problem. What was that? Why does a poster make a crash like that? Could this be the skill of a master?
Huh? Oh, sorry. This poster is the special first edition made from steel plate. Shiro, is your head alright?
Fujini, your personality is gonna kill someone one day.
I'm not worried. Shiro would marry me if that happened.
Huh? I completely refuse. I have no intention of marrying such a thoughtless killer.
Hey, I don't think I'm that dangerous of a person.
I knew it. So it's true that people never know themselves. How true, how true. I'll have to watch out or I'll be killed.
Huh? Just keep saying that. Anyways, I'm hungry, Shiro. I've waited all this time, so let's have dinner.
Fujini stands up. How strange. Fujini is helping out, even if it's only setting up the dishes. She must be really hungry. Just hit someone with a steel plate and say, "I'm not drinking this." Yeah, exactly. Okay, then you can get the dishes out. You can pour rice, right?
I can. Hey, Shiro, can I use a bowl?
I guess so. Soccer isn't here today, so there'll be some leftover anyway.
Alright, I'll use the same for you then.
Fujini pours rice into 2 bowls. Oh well, I was gonna have seconds anyways. And besides, if I argue with Fujini, she'll take my dinner away. To add, chaotic dinners like this have been common scenes for many years now. The day ends. Finishing a rowdy dinner and seeing Fujini off, I take a bath. After that, I practice my daily routine in the shed. I complete it as usual and go to sleep. It is 1 in the morning. The day ends peacefully without any troubles. February 2nd. Long day, long night. I'm in a fire. Collapsing buildings and burning people. No matter how far I run, the scenery is always red. This is a vision of 10 years ago. A memory of the distant past I haven't remembered in a while. I run through it as if I'm recreating the scene. There's no escape even though I know it's just a dream. Run, run, keep running. In the end, where I end up is how I'm saved after running out of energy. I wake up with a bad feeling. Feeling like a metal weight is inside my chest. I feel my forehead and find that I'm sweating a lot even though it's winter. It's already this late? It's already past 6 o'clock. From the kitchen I can hear the sound of the kitchen knife cutting something. Soccer as early as usual. There's no time to be impressed. I have to get ready quickly and go help fix breakfast.
Shiro, what are you gonna do today? Will you be working this afternoon because it's Saturday?
No, I don't have work today. I think I'll be doing something with Issei. Why?
Oh, nothing. I just hoped you might come and visit me at the dojo today. I'm in a pinch this month.
In a pinch? What is?
My wallet. I'd be really happy if someone made me lunch.
I refuse. It's your own fault. You should skip a meal once in a while.
I'm not expecting anything from Shiro. The only one I'm depending on is Sakura-chan, right, Sakura-chan?
Yes, if you don't mind having the same lunch as me, I can prepare one.
Yep, fine. Let's eat lunch together today then.
Breakfast continues as usual. Today, along with the usual, there's simmered lotus roots with chicken. I don't think she has to make anything this elaborate for breakfast, but I think she's made a lot of it to take for lunch for 2. Sakura is a member of the archery club, and Fujini is in charge of the archery club. It's natural for them to share lunches.
Yeah, Shiro, you were late this morning. Did something happen?
Fujini looks at me, sipping her miso soup. She's usually slow, but she gets sharp only at times like this. I had a dream about my past. I just woke up grouchy, that's all.
I see. Nothing unusual. I'm relieved.
Fujini ends the conversation like that, like she's not interested. I'm not worried at all about it either, so I shouldn't get mad about it. 10 years ago. I used to have nightmares back when I couldn't get the fire out of my mind. But I saw less of it as time passed, and I'm well over it now that I can let it slide even after dreaming about it. But I guess it was pretty bad back then. Since Fujini has been here since that time, she's sensitive to my change.
Shiro, are you not hungry? You don't happen to have no appetite this morning, right?
I am hungry. I'm fine, so don't try to take my food unless using my dream as an excuse.
Man, I'm glad you've gotten so strong, but personally, I wish you were more delicate.
That's my line. Wish you'd be more sweet. We make fun of each other without looking at each other. That proves my liveliness, and Fujini laughs with relief. To be honest, I'm glad she's worrying. But she'll be elated if I thank her, so I act like I'm disconnected. Not knowing the circumstances, Sakura looks puzzled at the way we're acting. After Fujini leaves, we lock the house and leave.
Senpai, I will be able to come and help out from tonight until Monday. Is that alright?
That's alright. It's the weekend anyways, you should be hanging out with your friends. So don't worry about it.
Huh? No, that's not it. It's not like that. It's just a personal errand, and I'll be attending the club too. So you can come to the dojo if anything comes up. I'm not going off to play because it's the weekend, so please don't misunderstand me.
Sakura's acting suspicious, and she looks very tense. I don't know why, but I guess she just means she can't come over this weekend. Okay, I'll go to the dojo if something comes up.
Yes, and it'll make me happy if you do so.
Sakura looks relieved. And when she looks down, her face suddenly stiffens.
Senpai, your hand.
Sakura is staring at my left hand. Looking down at it, it's bleeding. Huh? I pull up my sleeve. There is certainly blood there. What's this? Maybe I cut it while fixing something last night. But it doesn't hurt at all. There's just a welt on there. The welt goes straight from my shoulder down to the hand, and it looks kind of like a small snake running from my shoulder to my hand. Well, I don't feel any pain, so it should go away quickly. Don't worry, it's nothing.
Yes, if you say so.
Perhaps she's feeling bad from seeing the blood, as Sakura looks away and falls silent. Got Haku on my arm. I leave Sakura.
Come here, big boy.
I leave Sakura, who has club activities, and head to the school building. The schoolyard is full of spirited students running around. But still, there's something oddly wrong here. The school is like it always is. The students at morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless. Maybe it's just my imagination. But when I close my eyes, the air completely changes. The school building is covered with stains like membranes, and the students running around the schoolyard seem like empty dolls. Maybe I'm just too tired. I shake my head to clear it. I head to the lifeless building. School ends early on Saturdays. Classes end before noon, and after I finish helping Issei, the sun starts to set. Well, let's head home. I pack up and leave my classroom. And then...
Oh, you're still here, Mia.
I bump into Shinji. There are a couple of girls behind him being rowdy.
You're still here even though you have nothing to do? Oh yeah? You were sticking up for the student council again, right? I envy you. You can get a good reports from the school without doing any club activities.
I'm not helping the student council. It's only natural for a student to fix the school equipment, right? We're the ones using them.
Keep talking like that. For you, everything is natural. Didn't I tell you that I hate how you act like a good kid?
Sorry, I don't remember that. I thought that was just the sort of thing you say, so I didn't really notice it.
Fine. Then you're going to fix everything at the school.
Fixing everything would be impossible. The most I can do is take care of things.
Alright then, do me a favor. Our archery club is kind of a mess right now. It's a bit disordered. And some of the bows need strings attached. If you have time, can you do that too? You used to be a member. Don't just stick to the council, student council, and be useful to us sometimes as well.
I don't know who that is. Someone just want to say
It's
out
one
loud.
of the random girls.
Okay, someone be a random girl.
What? Senpai, didn't Fujimura-sensei tell you to do that?
Sure, you want to take this one on since we haven't heard anything from you
Yeah,
today?
I was gonna say, is that another random girl?
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. You'll be scolded tomorrow if you don't do it properly.
Girl number 3.
But the shop will be closed if I start. No, that's not. That's him.
No, that was a girl talking.
That was a
That
girl
was a
talking.
girl.
Sorry. I was like, what the
No,
fuck?
you're good, you're good.
But the shop will close if I start cleaning now. It's fine if he does it, right?
Girl number 4.
I'll do that one. I don't know. Besides, an outsider wouldn't know how.
God, he just has a group of girls, dude. I don't know.
Going
Someone just keep going. Just keep going. I don't know. I don't know.
We can just cycle through all 4 of y'all.
Yeah, just keep going.
Are you sure? Shinji said he used to be in the archery club, so we can let him do it.
They're getting rowdy behind Shinji. It seems they're in the archery club. They must be members that Shinji recruited recently, as I don't know them.
I'll leave it to you then. The key is in the usual place, so go ahead. You don't mind, right, Emiya?
Shinji has his own harem. No, I have some free time, so this isn't a bad thing to do once in a while.
Thanks, let's go everyone. He says he'll do the boring chores for us.
Oh, wait, senpai. Oh yes, please take care of the cleaning, senpai. Scene.
Scene.
The cleaning ends quite easily, as I know the place well. It took a while as it was quite big, but it was fun cleaning the place I used until half a year ago. I picked up a bow thinking it might be okay to shoot just once, but since it wasn't mine, I decided not to. If I ever want to, I can just bring my own bow and come here. But there are so many more carbon bows now. There was only one when I was in my first year. Carbon-based bows are good, unlike wood and plastic bows. But the biggest problem is the price. They're not something we could buy with the club budget. Back then, Shinji was the only one using it. Are the new members rich too? What a waste. You can modify a wooden bow a lot more. Well, I guess that's a personal taste right there. When I look at the clock, it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7 o'clock. The gate should be closed by now, so there's no reason to rush now. But still... Was this dojo always this dirty? There are loads of places that look unkept. Well, another hour or two won't matter now that I've done this much. I started this, so I'll finish the job. The wind is blowing. It's so cold that my cheeks are getting numb. Hi Bob, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Fuyuki City isn't usually cold during the winter, but it is cold tonight of all nights. My breath hangs around as a white cloud. I wrap up my body to hold off the cold. No wonder it's dark. The moon's behind the clouds. There's no light in the sky when I look up. Because of the strong winds, the clouds are moving fast. It's past curfew and there's no sign of life in the empty school. Doing good at dinner at my mom's house, got back. Oh nice, hope you had a nice dinner. It seems this place is filled with only chill, as it's all silent. Huh? Just now, I think I hear something. I do hear something. Is it coming from the school grounds? This night, I must have been curious about the sound that broke the silence. To investigate it, I find myself heading to there, even though I somehow know that I mustn't. Oh shit. I go to the schoolyard. People? Well, they only look like that from a distance. It's a dark night with no light. If I want to know more, I'll have to go closer to the schoolyard. I can hear the sounds louder now. It's the sound of metal hitting metal. That must mean someone is fighting with weapons there. That's stupid. What the hell am I thinking? I dismiss the image from my mind with a bitter smile and walk on. At that time, maybe my instincts noticed the danger as I hid myself as I approached. I don't know if this is fortunate or not. But anyways, when I get by a tree that is big enough to hide myself, I take a closer look at the sound, the source of the sound. My mind stops completely. What the? There's something strange there. A man in red and a man in blue. They are dangerously armed, and as their ominous appearance suggests, they're actually slashing at each other. I can't understand. I can't follow them with my eyes. My brain does not work properly faced with the impossible movements. But the clang of their weapons tells me they're trying to kill each other. I just knew immediately when I saw them. They are not human. They are probably just things that look like humans. I can tell not because I'm learning magic. Anyone would realize they're not human. After all, humans can't move like that. So they are something no one should associate with. I can feel their murderous intent even from a distance. I'm going to die. My body understands faster than my brain that I will definitely die if I stay here. That's why my heart is racing so fast. As a living thing like them, I sense they're living things made only to kill. They're using weapons made only to kill. I remember the murder yesterday. They said the family was killed with some weapon like a sword. I shouldn't watch any longer. But my body won't follow my commands and I can't even breathe. My mind wants to run away, but my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away. More than the conflict within me, my body is just numb. Even though I'm over 40 meters away, I can't breathe properly. It's like I have a spear pointed right at my back. The sounds stop. The figures separate and stand facing each other. The moment I feel relief at the end of their battle, I sense an even stronger intention to kill. My heart stops. The numbness in my body becomes convulsions, and I clench my teeth to try and hold my trembling body. What the hell is he? An overwhelming amount of magical energy is flowing into the guy in blue. Ritsugu showed me once what it's like to draw on magical energy from the surroundings. It was a beautiful magic that impressed even an amateur like me. But that thing is different. Just as even the simple task of drinking water could seem ugly if it goes too far, what he is doing is so excessive that anyone with knowledge of magical energy would hate it. He's going to die. The guy in red is going to die. It's a blow with that much concentrated magical energy. There's no way he'll be able to survive it. He'll die. He's not human, so something merely like a human will die. That's something I can just ignore? That doubt takes my mind off of them. The binds of my body disappear. In the instant I take a deep breath. Aku?
Who's there?
The guy in blue stares at me, who's hiding. The blue guy's body sinks. Just that motion tells me that I'm his target now. My legs start running automatically. I finally realize that it is an action to escape death, and I put all the energy in my body into running away. I don't know how fast I ran, but before I know it, I'm in the school building. How stupid of me. I regret my actions, panting heavily. I should have run into town to get away. What am I doing fleeing to such a deserted place? In a school of all things. Isn't there some better place to hide than here? Anyways, why do I think I'll be killed if I don't escape? My heart aches from running so much. Turning around, I can sense nothing pursuing me. The only sound in the air is the sound of my footsteps. So I can finally rest. I stop my feet, unable to take another step. Send oxygen to my pumping heart, and look up to realize that I am safe. What was that? I recall the scene from earlier while catching my breath. Anyway, I'm sure it wasn't something I should have seen. Some things like humans were fighting in the school grounds. That's all I can remember. But there was something else I saw out of the corner of my eye. Wasn't there someone else too? But I can't remember what that figure looked like. To be honest, I didn't have the composure to notice anything other than the two fighting. Well, anyways. Let's see you again, Haku.
The chase is over, right?
The voice comes from right in front of me.
Yo, you ran pretty far.
I can't breathe. My brain stops, even though I cannot think. I vaguely understand that I am going to die.
You know better than anyone that you can't escape, right? People who get killed are usually like that. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You don't have to feel ashamed.
The lance is casually raised.
You were just unlucky, kid. Well, you saw us, so die.
And the man's lance mercifully pierces Emiyashiro's heart. There wasn't even time to dodge it. All the training I did was for nothing. I knew I was going to be killed. I knew I was going to be pierced by that lance, yet I could not move at all. The world distorts. My body grows cold. Feeling vanishes from my fingertips. Hi, Rylock, how you doing? Good to see you, friend. Got cough. I coughed up blood once, maybe? It'll text on over itself. More blood should have come up, but it only happens once. Perhaps the man's lance is special. The blood slowly clots, and the heart that should have exploded stops working with a single pierce. I can't see well. There's no feeling in me. I feel like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. I don't feel any pain already. The world is white, and I am black. So rather than feeling I'm dead, it's more the world around me has disappeared. I know this. I felt this 10 years ago. This is how someone feels when dying.
Dead men tell no tales. It's only natural for the weak to die, but...
I cannot concentrate on my vision.
Man, you really make me do unpleasant jobs. It's a joke that a hero is acting like this.
I can only hear voices.
I know. I have no complaints. I saw the girl's servant. So I'll go back.
A voice filled with irritation. And after that, I hear footsteps running through the hallway.
Archer, huh? I want to finish that match with him. But I have to follow my master's plan. Jeez. I don't like him.
The voice suddenly disappears. I guess he jumped out of a window or something. And after that, footsteps approach me and stop. In that brief period, more footsteps. I can't hear much now.
Follow him, Archer. Lancer will probably go back to his master. This won't be worth it unless we find out who what the master looks like.
Whose voice was that? I concentrate my fading mind, but I can't remember anything. Right now, my breathing is too noisy. My lungs must still be alive. The air coming out of my mouth is as loud as a hurricane.
It's amazing. He isn't dead yet.
I sense someone looking at my face. Perhaps my breathing was loud as the figure tries to close my mouth in.
Stop it. Why does it have to be you?
I hear the person grit their teeth, then they touch me without hesitation.
You forge the damaged organ and use it as a substitute and restore the heart in the process, huh? If I succeed, I'll be accepted to the clock tower instantly.
A pain-filled voice. With that, my mind stops fading. A feeling returns to my body. Slowly, bit by bit, like a drop of water going down a leaf. Feeling returns to my body. What is this person doing? The person is sweating and places their hand on my chest with all their heart. When I notice, the place where the person placed their hand is terribly hot. It must be so hot that the frozen blood melted and started to flow again.
Phew.
I sense someone about to take a deep breath and sit down. I sense someone take a deep breath and sit down.
I'm tired.
I hear our clang of something falling.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. Forgive me, Father. Your daughter is terribly heartless.
And that's it. The person speaks to mock themselves and leave. My heart resumes its activity. And then my mind stops. This is not the sleep of death. This is a restful sleep, to recover the energy to wake up again. I wake up. I feel sick. My whole body is in pain and I have a sharp headache each time my heart throbs. What happened? I can't remember because of the sharp headache. My body is cold, probably from lying on the floor for a long time. The only certain thing is my ripped uniform and my blood on the floor. I get up with a hazy head. The spot where I was lying looks like a murder scene. Damn, I really had my chest pierced? Bearing the pain, I enter the closet, the closest classroom. Moving to the locker with unsteady steps, I take out a mop and bucket. What am I doing? I'm still confused. Why do I still have to clean? Why do I still think I have to clean up when we just met something totally outrageous and been killed instantly? Am I an idiot? Damn, it won't come off. I wipe the floor with the mop. With unsteady hands, I manage to get the blood wiped off and pick up any trash lying around and put it into my pocket. Maybe I'm destroying the evidence. I'm still in a daze, so perhaps that's why I'm doing something so absurd. I put back the mop and bucket and leave the school like a zombie. I get hotter as I walk. The air is so cold, but it feels like my body is burning. Hey, Scuba, thanks for the prey. It's going good, how are you? When I get home, the day has already changed. There's no one home. Neither Fujini nor Sakura is around now. Take a drink of water. I collapse to the floor. I lie on the ground and finally calm down. I take a deep breath. When I inhale, my heart cries in pain as if cracking apart. No, that's wrong. It wasn't just cracked. It had a hole in it. But it healed, and the wound tries to open again when I inhale. So, it's true that I was almost killed. No, that's wrong too. I wasn't almost killed. I was actually killed. But I'm still alive in spite of that because someone saved me. I wonder who it was. I should at least thank them. Since the person who was there, that person might have something to do with them. But that makes no difference to the fact that the person saved me. I have to thank them one of these days. The moment I let my guard down, the pain returns. At the same time, I feel like I'm vomiting. Or I feel like vomiting. I sit up and resist the sickness. I place my hand on my bare chest where my uniform is ripped. Even though I was saved, I did have a hole in my chest. That feeling. Such an unpleasant feeling. A spearhead entering my body isn't something I can forget easily. Damn. I'll have nightmares about this one for a while. When I close my eyes, it feels like the lance is still in me. I shake off that illusion and try to calm down. Alright, I'm starting to calm down. The result of all that training every night. Just taking a few deep breaths clear my mind, and the heat and nausea vanish from my body. So, about those guys. A man in blue and a man in red. They looked human, but I don't think they were. Were they like ghosts or something? But I've never heard of ghosts with form able to associate directly with people. And they were talking too. They have their own will, it's hard for me to think of them as ghosts. I've heard the only ghosts that with a body are spirits, but they aren't shaped differently. But aren't they shaped differently like humans? Differently from humans? No. That's not the problem. There's another fundamental problem. Those two who were killing each other. The murderous burglar who appeared in the neighborhood. The ongoing ominous events of Yuki City. All I can tell with such thoughts is that it's way out of my league. If Father was still alive... Perhaps because the wound on my chest is so vivid, I complain about things I shouldn't. Idiot. I've already decided to do whatever I can, even when I don't understand. Complaining comes later. First, I have to decide whether or not it's my concern. The bell hung from the ceiling rings. This is a Maga's house, even if only a poor one. There is a boundary field that alerts me when a stranger enters the property. A burglar? At a time like this? As I speak, I realize my foolishness. That can't be it. With this timing, right after that strange incident, that can't be it. There's an intruder. Not a burglar, but an assassin who's here for my life. Because I remember that guy saying, "You saw us, so die." The house is filled with silence. In the silent darkness, the murderous intent I feel at school is slowly drawing closer. My throat gulps. I feel a sharp chill running down my spine. I will be instantly pierced if I move from this room. I frantically contain the scream about to escape my mouth. The instant I release it, the assassin will happily jump in and take the opportunity to kill me. If that happens, it will be just like before. Unprepared, I'll be pierced by that lance again. The moment I think about it, my breathing goes wild. Damn it. I'm ashamed I'm about to give up my save life so easily, and that I'm afraid. Gritting my teeth and holding my chest, I try to restrain myself. I should get used to it. This is the second time. This is the second time I'm about to be killed. That alone is enough to make me want to end it differently from last time. Besides, I'm a magus. What have I been learning for the past 8 years if I can't protect my own life? Alright, let's do it. Enough thinking. Right now, I just have to counter the intruder. First of all, I need a weapon. Even though I'm a magus, all I can do is strengthen something that could be a weapon. To fight, I need a weapon. The shed has lots of things that could become weapons, but it's too far away. If I'm attacked when I leave the living room, it will just be a repeat of what happened earlier. It'll be difficult, but I have to find a weapon here. Something long and thin would be best. My opponent's weapon is a lance, so something like a knife won't do. It'd be great if there was a wooden sword or something, but of course, there's nothing. If anything here could be a weapon, it's... Man, only the poster Fujini left here. I'm disappointed. But despite that, I'm determined even in this hopeless situation. Things are already as bad as they can be, so they can't get any worse. Hi, Mika! Let me give you a wing flap. Sorry, we're in the very dramatic part of Fate's Day Night. Ah, there you go. So all I have to do is run forward until I run out of energy. Trace on. With the words that suggest my reconstruction, I channel magical energy into the 60-centimeter long poster. I have to turn it into something that can repel the lance, so I need to channel magical energy into every corner and solidify it. Basic quality. Analyze. I extend my consciousness. As if soaking my blood into the poster through my skin, I permeate magical energy into it. Basic quality. Reinforce. A sense that I've hit the bottom. Right before the magical energy overflows from it. Trace. Off. I cut all of the connection with the poster and shudder at the feeling of success. The poster is now as hard as metal, but it as light as it was before, so I couldn't ask for a better sword. I did it. How many years has it been since I last succeeded the strengthening magic? It's kind of ironic. The magic I've never used to be able to achieve since Kiritsugu died is finally working in this kind of situation. Anyways, now, I might be able to do something. I have some knowledge of how to use a sword. I hold the poster with both hands and stand up. I'll die anyway if I stay here, and I don't think I'd be able to flee even if I did escape this house. So all I can do is run straight into the shed and make a stronger weapon. Phew. Come if you're going to come. It won't be like before, and the instant I think that, my whole spine shivers. When did he arrive? Appearing from the ceiling, the guy drops straight at me. What? Huh? The silver light descends upon me. The guy that seems to have come straight through the ceiling descends to pierce my head. You! I frankly escape by rolling forward. He lands softly while I keep rolling. But I stop rolling and stand with my freshly made sword in hand. He turns to face me, looking bored.
You're causing unnecessary troubles. I was being considerate by killing you before you noticed me.
He raises his lance again, seemingly uninterested. I don't know why, but he lacks the spirit he had at the school ground. In that case, I might be able to outwit him.
Jeez, I never thought I'd kill the same person twice in one day. I guess it just means the human world is always filled with bloodshed.
The man is complaining as if he thinks nothing of me. I slowly move backwards. It's about 3 more meters to the window. Once out the window, it's about 20 meters to the shed. Then I can run off this instant.
See ya. Don't come back this time, kid.
He says blankly, as if sighing it out. Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
Pain assaults my right arm. It happened in an instant. The man's lance is thrust without time for me to react. I would have faced my second death with that blow. What prevented it was my newly made sword. He must have thought it was just paper. The lance thrusts as if the poster wasn't there, was deflected by it, only to have skimmed my right arm.
Wow. That's a strange technique you've got there.
The man's expression goes away. His carelessness disappears, and now he's staring at me with beast-like eyes. I screwed up. I was just being stupidly optimistic when I thought I could do something. The thing before me is a monster beyond belief. Painfully, I realize my foolishness for letting my guard down, even slightly against him. That's right. If I'd been really desperate, I should have ran frantically to the window as soon as I miraculously avoided his first attack.
I thought you were just a kid. But I see. I do feel some magical energy from you, even though it's weak. That may be why you're alive even after I stabbed you through the heart.
He points his lance at me. I won't be able to block it. I can't possibly block that lightning-fast blow. If his weapon were a sword, I might have been able to at least prepare for it. But that's a lance. A sword follows a line, but a lance has a point. How am I supposed to block a blow from a point I can't even see coming?
Good. Looks like I might be able to have a little fun.
The man's body descends. In that instant, his lance swung sideways. I blocked the lance coming at my face with just my instincts.
Good boy. Here comes the next one.
There's a huge whirlwind. I don't know how he's moving the lance in this small room, but it makes a beautiful arc and comes to attack my body from the other side. Also, the music is fucking sick.
Yeah. Yo, I'm gonna kill Classic twice.
My constructed sword moved to stop. It bends. Is he using a hammer? Damn, this numbness feels like I've broken my bones. I've broken the bones in my arm.
Is that you or me?
I think that was you.
Okay. That's you, then. The huh.
Okay, call me a good boy again, Uwu. Huh? I swing the sword instinctively. He must take me lightly as he hasn't pulled back his lance, so I flick away the shaft of my sword. With my sword. The arms that hit it go numb. That it hit goes numb. The sword bends even more, and the man's lance only moves slightly.
You're useless. I gave you a chance. You didn't do anything worthwhile. Well, I guess that's asking too much to expect a good armed fight from a magus.
The man who was just playing with me. He let me hit him once, since I blocked him twice. But I'm used up my one and only chance to make this, just for a makeshift attack. That's why he sees no point in fighting me anymore.
You let me down. I'll just kill you now, kid.
He readies his lance again.
Say?
During that small, unnecessary movement.
What you want, you idiot?
Without looking behind me, I jump out the window. I break the window with my back and roll outside. I roll a few times, get up, and...
Yep. Those were your lines.
I realize that after.
Yes.
Without a thought, I turn and swing behind me. The man hesitates a moment as I deflected his lance thrust. As I expected. If I jumped out the window, he would have definitely come after me. And he would kill me even before I could get up. That's why I expected the fatal blow and swung at it. It was a bold plan. I would have died if it was a second too late or a second too early, but considering the difference in our skill, I could have never been too early. So all I had to do was get up as fast as possible and swing as was coming behind me. The result was perfect. I won my bet and deflected the man's lance. Ugh. I quickly regain my balance. Now I have to make it to the shed before he recovers.
Fly.
Huh? The man who supposedly had his lance knocked away comes up to me empty-handed and spins and executes a roundhouse kick. The scenery flies past me. My battered chest is numb and I cannot breathe. No matter what... no, what's more surprising is flying. I never in my dreams thought I'd be sent flying by a mere roundhouse kick. Gah! I fall to the ground from my back. I hit a wall and came crashing down. Gah! I can't breathe. My vision is blurred. I manage to stand, supporting myself against the wall of my destination, the shed. I track the man with my blurry vision. I must have been kicked 20 meters. The man approaches, lance in hand. I'll be killed. I'll definitely be killed. The man will be here in a second. If I don't want to die now, I have to get up and face him. The lance comes out at me. I can't even turn around fully, and my collapsing body faces the man's lance.
Oh, Mark. Damn. If you're a man, keep yourself together.
How fortunate. I got lucky as I could and couldn't hold myself up and my knees collapsed. The lance goes over my head and hits the door of the shed, opening it. Oh, so this is my last chance. If I go into the shed, there should be something that I could use as a weapon. Gah. I enter the shed on all fours. There. Here. This is it. A fatal, inescapable blow is thrust.
You?
And I block it. I unroll the poster and make it into a one-time shield. A huge impact. The opened-up poster did block the lance, but it was not strong enough. It pierced through and transforms back into original paper. Hit by the impact of the thrust lance, I'm flung to the wall. I fall on my butt and recover myself. When I raise my head to try and find a weapon...
Checkmate. That was a pretty surprising move, kid.
The man is pointing the lance at me. This is it.
I came.
God damn it, Hogger. The man... No, Lancer, don't come! No! The man's lance is pointed directly at my heart. I know this. This is the smell of death I felt just a few hours ago. No.
But I don't understand. You're quick-witted, but you suck at magic. Seems like you have talent, but I guess you're just too young.
I can't hear him. My mind is focused only on the weapon in front of me. It's only natural. Because I'll die when that thing is thrust. So everything else is gone from my mind. What else can I think about now that things have ended up like this?
It's unlikely, but maybe you were the seventh one. Well, this is for you, even if that's the case.
The man's arm moves. The movement I couldn't even see before looks like it's slow motion now. The running silver light. The spearhead moves straight for my heart. It will spill blood into the next second. I know this feeling. The feeling of metal running into me. The taste of blood coming up from my throat. The sense of the world around me disappearing. I felt all of it earlier. And I have to experience it again? Really? I don't understand. Why do I have to go through this? This is bullshit. I can't accept this. I can't just die here meaninglessly. It was was saved. I was saved, so I can't die so easily. I have to live and fulfill my obligations. If I die, I can't do that. But the lance will pierce me. Spearhead will cut into my flesh and pierce my heart. It pisses me off. It's ridiculous to kill someone that easily. It's ridiculous for me to die so easily. Dying twice in one day. That's ridiculous as well. Damn, everything is so screwed up that I can't contain it all in. Damn it. I won't be killed meaninglessly by someone like you! Huh? Truly it... What? Appeared like magic. In a blinding light, it appeared from behind me. My mind stops. All I know is that the figure who appeared is a girl.
It's time!
It is time. The moment appears, it repels the lance thrust in my heart and steps up to the enemy without hesitation.
Can it be? The seventh servant?
The man readies his deflected lance. Don't come, no. The girl swings something she is holding.
It's time to come save her.
Sparks fly twice. A strong swing. The man hesitates, receiving a heavy blow from the girl. He must have realized he's at a disadvantage, as he jumps out of the shed with the bestial speed. While keeping her guard up against the man, she quietly turns to me. That's some good timing. The wind is strong today. The clouds drift and the moon appears for a brief moment. The silver light that shines in the shed lights up as the girl in knightly form. Hey, Nezumi, I'll drink some water. Hold on. I'm speechless. Not because I'm confused by the sudden turn of events. I might have lost for words because of this girl's overwhelming beauty. The girl stares at me emotionlessly with her jewel-like eyes.
I ask of
I
you,
came.
are you my master?
God damn it, Haku. She says in a valiant voice. Huh? Master? I only repeat back her words. I don't know who she is or what she's talking about. All I know is that this small girl is the same kind of being as the man outside. The girl says nothing and just stares at me silently. How can I put this? The figure in front of me is so special that I forget the situation, that the man outside could come back and attack at any second. It feels like time has stopped just around me. The fear of death has disappeared, and only the girl fills my vision.
I came.
I, Servant Saber, have come forth in response to your summons. Please give me an order, Master.
She speaks again. The instant I hear her, the word master and servant, a pain shoots through my left hand. It's like a hot iron has been placed on my hand. I grab my left hand instinctively. That must have been the signal as the girl quietly nods her lovely face.
From this time forth, my sword shall be with you, and your fate shall be with me. Now, our contract is complete.
Contract? What are you talking about? Even I have some knowledge of magic. I understand what that word means. But the girl doesn't answer me and looks away from with the same grace she had when she nodded. She looks at the door of the shed. There stands the man, his lance ready in his hand. She moves faster than I can think. The knightly girl leaps out from the shed without hesitation. I get up and follow the girl, even forgetting the pain in my body. There's no way that girl will be a match for him. Even armored like that, she is a girl smaller than me. It's funny because Cheer is short. Stop!
Fucking.
My words are silenced by the sound. What? I can't believe my eyes. This time my head really goes blank. What is she? The sound of weapons. The moon is hidden behind the clouds, and the yard has returned to its original darkness. In it, sparks are born from steel hitting steel. The lance-wielding man wordlessly attacks the girl who jumped out of the shed. But the girl parries the blow with the lance and knocks away all following attacks, driving the man back with every blow. I can't believe it. The girl called Saber is overpowering that man. The battle has begun. What happened between me and him earlier wasn't a battle. A battle is a fight between two people who can kill each other. Whatever the difference in skill, if each has a way to kill the other, then you can call it a battle. Their fights is a battle in that sense too. The man's lance that I couldn't even see is thrown with even more power. But the girl parries it with the thing in her hands and closes in on the man.
Damn.
The man retreats a bit. He holds his lance vertically to protect his ribs as the girl goes for them.
Yeah.
For a moment, the man's lance glows. It was a blow like an explosion, and I guess it really was one. The instant the man blocks the thing the girl was holding, the lance in his hand glows as if electrified. The man and even I can't tell what it is. That is a force of magical energy so strong that it's visible. In each of the girl's blows is a terrible amount of magical energy. That outrageous amount of magical energy is penetrating the opponent's weapon just by touching it. Such a thing, it would take such a force to block it. If you think of the man's lance as an accurate sniper rifle, the blows of the girl are like those of a powerful shotgun. Every time the girl swings, the yard is filled with light. But that isn't what's overpowering the man.
Coward! What are you doing hiding your weapon?
The man complains while avoiding the girl's fierce attacks. The girl doesn't answer, but only attacks even more with the thing in her hands.
That's such a short choice of words. You!
That's good. The man retreats with not even a chance to for a counterattack, because the girl's weapon is invisible. As he cannot sense her range, it would be careless to attack recklessly. Yes, it is invisible. The girl definitely has something in her hand. But as you can't see what the shape it is, nor how long it is, you can't tell anything about it. Perhaps it's totally invisible, as it does not show up even when sparks fly off yet. Bob can't comment anymore, I'm sorry.
Damn.
The man must be having a hard time defending against it, as his moves aren't as sharp. And the girl lets out a voice for the first time. She swings her weapon with more fury.
I came.
A storm of swings without pause. The flying sparks remind me of a blacksmith hitting iron. The lance-wielding man blocks them, clucking his tongue. I must say, I admire his skills even though he tried to kill me. The man is blocking invisible blows, watching only the opponent's legs and arms. But that's it. You only need to beat down someone who's gone defensive. As if to say so, the girl steps even closer to the man and delivers a blow with all her might, as if smashing him down.
Imagine
that during the fight.
I just heard the I came. Don't underestimate me, fool.
He must see this as his opportunity as the man disappears. No, he jumped back, making it look like he disappeared. The girl's blow cuts through air and destroys the ground, kicking up dust. The blow swung as a final one was easily dodged.
Idiot. What is she doing?
I can tell even from a distance. I don't know about the careful blows from before. Such a big blow won't be able to touch that man. Even that man's body must have been straining under those attacks. But he suppressed it for an instant and jumped away. As if this blow will determine the victor.
Ha!
The man who jumped back several meters jumps as soon as he lands. As if reversing his retreat, he jumps at the girl. In contrast, the girl still has her sword in the ground. That opening is irreversible. The red lance returns in less than a second, and the girl twirls her body with the sword still on the ground. So the contest lasts less than a second. The man sees his mistake and tries to hold back while the girl uses her whole body to execute her blow. The man blown away and the girl who blew him away both seem discontent. They each launch their own blows to kill the other. Even if they allowed them to escape immediate danger, they were worthless. Their distance opens. The two stare at each other silently.
What is wrong, Lancer? It will not do your name credit if you just stand there. If you will not come, I can.
I must do it.
You're going to come and die? I don't mind. Let me
I
ask you this
came.
first. Your noble phantasm, is it a sword?
The man glares as if staring right into her heart.
Who knows? Might be a battle axe, or it might be a spear. It might even be a bow, Lancer.
Keep talking, Saber.
Perhaps it's really funny for him. The one called Lancer, lowers his lance. It looks like he's indicating that he doesn't want to fight anymore. The girl is puzzled by Lancer's action. But I know that stance. It was used in the fight a few hours ago in the schoolyard. It's the fatal move that was supposed to have ended the show.
I'll ask just in case, since it's our first meeting. Do you want to call it even? It's not a bad deal, right? See? That slow master over there is useless. And it so happens my master is a coward. I think it's in both of our interests to hold off this match until we're better prepared.
I refuse. You will fall here, Lancer.
I see. Jeez. All I wanted to do was check things out, you know? I didn't want to stay long once the servant came out.
It seems like the air around them are distorted. Lancer lowers his stance. A chill runs through the air at that moment. It's exactly like back then. The magical energy rumbles in a whirlpool centered out on the lance.
Noble Phantasm.
The girl readies her apparent sword and glares at the enemy in front of her. The girl facing the enemy knows better than I how dangerous he is.
See ya. I'll take that heart of yours.
The beast jumps. Lancer instantly appears in front of the girl as if he teleported and thrusts his lance at the girl's feet. It was a bad move, even to my eyes. With the lance already lowered, it wouldn't be efficient to aim low at the girl. To prove my point, the girl jumps over the lance and moves forward to slash Lancer away. At that moment,
Gate!
with the words themselves charged with magical energy,
Blog?
the lance thrust at the girl's feet rushes towards her heart.
I came.
Her body rises into the air. The girl is driven up into the air by the blow of the lance. She crashes down. No. Lands on the ground. She's bleeding. The girl who hasn't even received a scratch so far is bleeding badly from her chest.
A curse. No. A reversal of casualty.
I'm surprised too. No, since I saw it from a distance, I could tell better than her that the attack was just now a strange one. The lance was definitely aimed at her feet, but it suddenly changed its course, moving strangely in an impossible direction and pierced the girl's heart. But the lance itself has not grown or bent. It looks so natural that it makes one think that the lance was already in her heart, and for that reason it's strange. It's not as simple as the lance changing its course and piercing her heart. The lance did not change its course, but changed the means so that the result would be so. The lance thrust with that name carried the result of piercing her heart as a premise. In other words, the process and the result were reversed. As long as there was the result of the lance piercing her heart, the course of the lance was merely something added later to prove that fact. An evil thorn breaks through all defenses. A lance that pierces the heart every time it's used. A weapon that determines your fate just by its use. How can anyone block such a ridiculous attack? However the enemy tries to dodge it, the lance will pierce her heart without fail. That's why this move is fatal. A cursed lance that always pierces the opponent with one thrust. But the girl has evaded it by a small margin. She is wounded, but it was not a fatal blow. In a sense, her actions are more impossible than the lance. The instant the lance was thrust, she turned and jumped back with all her might, as if she knew that was going to happen. Either she has incredible luck or the divine protection to nullify the curse of the lance. Either way, she avoided a fatal blow and sullied the lance's name. The girl catches her breath. The blood that was running so much has stopped, and even her stabbed wound is healing. I guess that's extraordinary. I knew she wasn't normal, but still, that's too strange. Like her skills to fight against Lancer, like the incredible magical energy in each of her blows, and like her body that heals by itself, this girl certainly surpasses Lancer. But that was only up till now. Even if it's healing, her wound is deep. If Lancer attacks her now, she'll be defeated without even being able to defend herself. But with this overwhelming advantage, Lancer doesn't move. He glares at the girl, grinding his teeth so hard that I can hear it.
You evaded it? Saber? My fatal gay blog? Bold? Bold. Bit.
A voice that seems to echo from the ground.
Gaebulg. You're Ireland's man of light.
Lancer frowns. His hostility disappears, and he clucks his tongue in annoyance.
I screwed up. If I'm gonna use this move, it needs to be fatal. Jeez. I guess being too famous is bad too.
The pressure goes away. Lancer doesn't even attack the wounded girl and simply turns his back and moves to the edge of the yard.
It's the rules of servants to fight to the death as if your identity is discovered. But, unfortunately, my master is a coward. He's telling me to go back since you have evaded my lance.
You're running away, Lancer?
Yeah. I don't mind if you come after me, Saber. But be prepared to die when you do.
With one bound, Lancer easily jumps over the wall and disappears.
Wait, Lancer!
The wounded girl starts running to pursue the enemy. She's stupid?
Shut up, Classy.
I run through the yard with all my strength. The girl will go after him if I don't stop her instantly. But there was no need for that. When the girl tries to jump over the wall, she clenches her chest and stops. I run to her and stare at her. No, I tried to approach her, to call out to her, but I forget about it the instant I come near her. To put it simply, everything about her is absurd. Now that I'm near her, I could tell that the shining armor she wears is really heavy. The old-fashioned cloth is smooth, a vivid blue. No, That isn't what fascinates me. The girl who seems to be a few years younger than me is beautiful. The golden hair lit by the moonlight is finely textured, as it's sprinkled with gold dust. The face with some signs of nativity and elegance, with her white skin looks soft. I can't call out to her because I'm fascinated by her beauty, and also for another reason. Why? Because seeing the girl fighting and getting hurt somehow made me mad. All the while I'm fascinated with her, the girl has her hand right on her chest. But that ends quickly. The girl lets her chest go and looks up as if the pain has gone away. She stares directly at me. I'm not sure how I should talk to her, but I noticed something about her. The wound is gone? Even though it missed her heart, the lance stabbed her in the chest, but she's unscathed. I've heard of healing magics, but I didn't see her using anything like that. So that must mean even if she gets wounded, she automatically heals. Then my brain switches gears. This is no time to be fascinated by her. She is a strange being. I can't let my guard down until I know what she is. Who are you? I take half a step back and ask her.
What do you mean? I am the servant Saber. Summon me, but I do not think you should need to confirm it.
The servant Saber?
Yes, but please call me Saber.
She replies without hesitation. Her tone is polite yet gentle, and hearing it makes my head go blank. Hey, what am I getting excited about? I see. That's a strange name. I hide my burning face in my hand and reply really stupidly, but I don't know what else to say. I wouldn't know of any such thing to say since I asked her name. Isn't it natural for her to introduce herself? In that case, it would be impolite to stay silent like this. I'm Shiro. My name is Emiya Shiro, and I live in this house. What am I doing? Are my answers getting stupider? But she told me her name, so I should answer too. I know I'm confused right now, but I have to be polite no matter who this is. The girl, Saber, just stares at me without changing her expression. No, wait. I take that back. That's not what I meant to ask you, actually.
I know. You're not a formal master, correct?
Huh?
But you're still my master. As long as we have made a contract, I will not betray you. There is no need for you to be so cautious.
Crap. I can hear her words, but they make no sense to me. All I know is that she's calling me with a ridiculous word like master. That's wrong. My name isn't Master.
Then I shall call you Shiro. Yes, I like the sound of that better.
As soon as she says my name, I think my face lit up on fire. Shouldn't you call someone by their last name on a first meeting? Wait a minute. Why are you calling me... Ow. Pain suddenly runs through my left hand. It's burning. The back of my hand is burning. My hand feels like it's in a fire, and on it is a strange mark that looks like a tattoo. What the...
That is called a command spell, Shiro. It is the 3 claims on a servant's obedience and the life of a master. Please do not use it thoughtlessly.
Who... Before I can finish with "are you," the air pounded her, the air around her changes.
Shiro, heal my wounds.
She speaks in a cold voice. It seems her attention is on something far away behind the wall, not on me. Wait, you're asking me? I'm sorry, but I don't know any such difficult magic. Besides, it's already healed. Saber frowns a bit. I think I said something really wrong there.
Then I shall face them as I am now, The regeneration only healed the outside. But one more fight should be no problem.
One more what?
There are 2 enemies outside. Judging by their presence, it should only take a few seconds to defeat them.
Saying so, Saber jumps lightly. Just like Lancer, she leaps over the wall and disappears outside. I'm left alone in the yard. And he's outside? As soon as I say it out loud, I realize what it means. Hold on. Are you going to fight again? My body starts to move. Without thinking, I run to the gate with full force. I run to the gate, unlock it with trembling hands, and jump outside. Saber! Where are you? I search through the dark. The moon is hidden, now of all times, and it is completely dark. But I hear something nearby. There? I run to the small road with no sign of anyone on it. It all happens in an instant. Saber is confronting a familiar guy in red. Saber runs at the man in red without hesitation, takes his guard down with one blow, and easily slashes the man in red. Saber raises her arm to finish him off, but right before the man in red's neck is slashed, he disappears as a powerful magic is cast. Saber doesn't stop. She dashes at the person behind the man in red and easily cuts off the larger spell. The person launches. What the? I knew she was strong, but this is overwhelming. That spell right now was a level of intervention magic that I can't even compare with. Father could use one as strong as that, but to cast a natural intervention of that power instantly, I don't think even a first-class magus could do that. But Saber nullified even that masterclass magic. The enemy must be a magus, as the match is decided right there. The Magus's attack are no use against Saber, and she mercilessly attacks the Magus. The sound of someone falling backwards. The Magus has miraculously dodged Saber's blow, but the enemy now cannot move. Saber corners the enemy and points her invisible sword. My mind freezes. Probably because the moon lights up the scene for an instant. I can tell who the figure that Saber is pointing at is human. I can't tell who it is, but the image of Saber killing someone and getting splattered with blood pops into my head. Saber moves. She will pierce the enemy's throat with the thing in her hand. Stop, Saber! I scream as loud as I can. Her sword stops. Thank God I can't see her sword. The end of her invisible sword isn't wet with the enemy's blood. Don't. Please don't do it, Saber. I address her glaring, preparing myself to do my best to stop her.
Why do you stop me, Shida? She is Archer's master. You have to kill her here.
Hi, Deadpool, how you doing? No. Saber has no intention of stopping. She only stopped because I said so, and she's ready to bring her sword down at any time. I'm telling you to wait! You're calling me master, but I don't understand anything at all. If you're going to call me that, I think you should at least explain things to me first. Saber doesn't answer. She only stares at me in silence. You're doing this in the wrong order, Saber. I still don't understand who you are, but I'll listen if you talk, so please don't do this. Saber is silent. She's pointing her sword at the fallen enemy. She looks at me discontentedly.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, drink the water, Deadpool. Thank you.
Are you demanding ideals like not hurting anyone unnecessarily?
Huh? Not hurting anyone unnecessarily? Well, it is true we should avoid fights as much as possible, but I'm not so good-natured as to release someone who just came to attack me.
So you're saying, do not take life, even if it is that of the enemy, correct? I will not obey such an order. An enemy is someone you must defeat. If you still want me to stop, make me obey with your command spell.
No, I'm talking about you. A girl shouldn't be swinging swords around all the more so if you're hurt. Oh, wait. I don't even know if that's a sword or not, huh? Anyway, you can't do that. Saber looks dumbfounded, as if taken aback. How long were we standing like that?
So, when will Saber-san lower her sword?
The figure on the ground suddenly speaks. Saber suddenly concentrates her attention on her sword.
Give up. I have no sword to lower in front of an enemy.
Even if your master says to lower it? Wow. So even Saber could betray her master, huh?
Saber grits her teeth. But Saber lowers her sword and relaxes. Saber's hostility disappears, but she must have put away her sword as well.
I see. Then can I stand up, right?
The one on the ground stands up. She looks shameless, brushing her rear. Hey, wait a second. That sulky person is definitely— what? You're Tosaka!
Yes. Good evening, Imaya-kun.
Tosaka Rin replies with a big smile. That gets me. If she greets me normally like that, everything that happened up to now seems like a dream, and— no, my head's about to explode, jeez. How easy would things be if it did? No, well, so you were using magic right now, so that means—
I am Magus. Well, we're the same, so it's not something I need to hide.
Gah. When she replies clearly like that, it makes me seem stupid for asking.
Let's talk inside. You don't know anything, right, Imaya-kun?
So saying, she walks towards the entrance. Wait, what are you thinking? And then she turns, and the smile on her face isn't like the previous one.
Are you stupid? I am thinking about a lot of things. That's why I want to talk to you. Imaya-kun, it's good to be surprised by sudden turns of events, but it could sometimes cost you your life if you don't just accept it. Incidentally, do you understand that now is one of those times?
She glares at me.
It's fine if you understand, so let's go to your place.
Tosaka goes through the gate. She's really pissed. It's only natural. She had a sword pointed at her until now, and she was almost killed. No, but still. It is just my imagination, or is she totally unlike how she seems at school? So I'm in a strange situation. In front of me is the school #1 idol who I admire, Tosaka Rin. And following silent behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. Oh. The hallway suddenly feels like a different dimension. But I can't be a coward forever. I'm a magus, even if I am just an amateur. Tosaka Rin, a magus just like me, is acting so fearlessly, so I have to act firmly too. But I can only work out a few things. First, about Saber, who's following me. I am sure she is some kind of familiar, because she calls me master and I've made a contract with her. I hear that a familiar is some kind of an assistant for a magus. Most magi transfer part of their body into something and summon it as another self. For the other self, a magus usually uses a small animal. That's simply because it's easy to take over the mind of something like a cat or a dog. Some magi use a human as their familiar, but they need enough magical energy to restrain a human at all times if they do such a thing. But if one constantly uses enough magical energy to control someone, it would take most of the mag's magical energy to sustain the familiar. But that'd be putting the cart before the horse. A familiar is something that assists the magus. To reduce the burden on the magus, it is commonly accepted that small animals are the most suitable. So I've been taught, but...
What is it, Shira?
No, it's nothing. Saber looks human no matter how you look at her, and she is clearly superior to me, her master. I don't have the magical energy to control such a person. And more than that, I don't have the magical circuit to summon a familiar. So Saber must be something rather unlike a familiar. She said she is a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red with Tosaka were the same thing. Then it must be that Tosaka is also called a master. I just saw her magic skills. And if I am worth half a magus, she is worth about 3 magi. Of course, there's no point in comparing me to other magi when I can only use strengthening magic. Anyway, Tosaka is an amazing magus. In any spiritual superior land is a family of magi that looks after that land. The Emiya family only came to this land in Karitsugu's generation, so we're really just strangers. That's why I didn't know that the Tosakas were magi, and I don't think Tosaka knew that the Emiyas were a family of magi either. There are several magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer is the familiar of another magus in this town, then does it mean that I stuck my head into a conflict between magi?
Wow, it's pretty big. Japanese style is unusual for me. Oh, is that the living room, Emiya-kun?
Saying so, Tosaka goes in the living room. Let's stop thinking for now. Let's just listen to Tosaka's story. I turn the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning.
Oh, it's cold. What's this? The windows are broken?
I couldn't help it. I was attacked by this Lancer guy. I was just desperate.
Oh, I see. Then were you fighting him alone until you summoned Saber?
I didn't fight him. He just beat me up.
Oh, so you don't try to show off, huh? I see, I see. You're really just you as you appear, Emiya-kun.
Tosaka walks over to the broken window. Tosaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and...
Minutin vor Schwishenben.
She then cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood onto the glass. What kind of magic is this? The shattered glass combines on its own and restores itself in a matter of seconds. Tosaka, that was...
It's just a small demonstration. It won't be enough to repay you for saving me. But I have at least do this much.
Well, I'm sure you would have fixed it even... Oh, that's you, sorry.
Well, I'm sure you would have fixed it even if I hadn't. But that's just a waste of magical energy, right? All you really have to do is replace the window. But we don't want to talk in the cold, do we?
She says as if as if it's something natural. But needless to say, her skills are beyond my understanding. No, that's amazing. Tosaka, I can't do that sort of thing, so I'm glad you fixed it.
Huh? There's no way you can't fix it. Handling glass is so elementary. Restoring glass that broke a few minutes ago is only like an admission test for any school, right?
So, that's how it is. I was only taught by my father, so I don't even know the basics of it or the elementary stuff.
Huh?
Tosaka freezes. Damn it. It seems I said something I shouldn't have.
Wait, then you're saying you're the amateur who can't even run your own workshop?
I don't have a workshop. Well, I do have that shed in my as my training area, but I think Tosaka would get mad if I called that my workshop.
I think it's impossible, but I'll ask anyway. Could it be that you don't know how to handle the 5 main elements? Or how to make a pass?
I honestly admit that I don't know. Wow, that's scary. She's so beautiful usually, so she looks pretty scary now.
Then what are you? Just an amateur?
That's not true. I can at least use strengthening magic.
Strengthening? That's an awful odd magic. So you can't do anything other than that?
Tosaka glares at me. Well, to be honest, probably not. Her glare makes my answer vague.
Jeez, why did Saber get summoned to a guy like this?
She sighs. It makes me mad. I haven't been playing around. I know I'm an amateur, but I don't think it matters right now.
Well, I don't care. There's no point in complaining about what's already happened. More importantly, I have to pay back my debt right now.
Tosaka takes a breath.
Well, I'll begin. Emiya-kun, you don't know what kind of situation you're in right now, correct?
I nod.
I thought so. Well, I could tell you easily, but I have to confirm, right? It's only putting a flab on my mind if I tell someone that already knows about it.
I think that was a weird phrase, but I stay quiet as I think she'll beat me up if I make fun of her now.
Put it bluntly, you have been chosen as a master. You have a holy sign on one of your hands, right? On your hand or on your arm. There are personal differences. And there should be 3 command spells engraved. That is the sign of a master.
On my hand. Oh, this. Is this a quiet stream? Oh no, we're just voice acting over the game, Red Vixen.
Yes, that is also a spell that rules the servant, so take care of it. It's called a command spell, and you can retain control over your servant as long as you have it.
What do you mean, as long as I have it?
The command spell is an item of unconditional obedience. I think you've already realized that servants have their own will, but that mark overrules their will and makes them obey your command. There's no spell needed to activate it, and it will be activated when you put your mind to using it. But you'll lose one for every time you use it, so make sure you only use it twice. If you lose all your command spells, you'll be killed, so be careful.
What? I'll be killed?
That's right. It's fundamental in the Holy Grail War for masters to kill each other's masters. And the master that kills the other 6 masters is awarded the Holy Grail.
What? Hold on. I don't understand what Tosaka is talking about at all. Like the part about masters killing other masters? And the part where the winner gets a Holy Grail? Wait, does she mean that Holy Grail?
You still don't understand? To put it simply, you've been dragged into a game. A survival game between the 7 masters, a game called the Holy Grail War. A battle royale between the masters that won't end until you kill all other masters.
Yo, fake out the battle royale? Tosaka rinsed is the most natural thing in the world. That phrase swirls in my head. I have been chosen as a master. Tosaka says she's a master. Familiar is called servants. And a battle to the death between other magi called the Holy Grail War. Wait, what is that? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
He means getting food.
Oh, okay, no worries. What am I looking in our chat right now?
I came.
Greatness.
Halo music.
No, I mean in the Discord chat.
Oh yeah,
Greatness.
no. Greatness.
Oh my fucking god, you guys. The one of Archer and Lancer, holy shit.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to hear it.
It doesn't help the fact that Cheer shit's dishing and I hate it.
Oh my god.
I'm down with this shit. Cheery, let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome back,
Welcome back,
Hina.
Alright.
I'm just discussing the Discord chat and how fucked up
Welcome
it is.
back.
Oh my god. you
Did you
just saw
see
them?
the-
Yeah, I just saw
Wait.
them now.
Wait, did is the fallen angel disappointed in the chat?
No. I'm just surprised.
No. You sound like, what? Me disappointed?
No.
She sounds awfully pleased, to be honest.
He sounds awfully pleased.
I have an idea.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Wait. Wait, what is it? I understand how you feel, but I'm just telling you the truth.
Sorry, I just had to update our group icon. Besides, oh no, it's this way.
I hate this family. I want to leave.
Down with the ship.
Dish, we made a grave mistake coming here today.
I want to leave.
Dish, we should just go play Valorant.
You know, I'll take you up.
Come on, we got like 5 minutes left. Come on, you guys will be okay.
Besides, you should understand deep down. You should know you're in a situation you can't run away from. Having been almost killed by the servant twice now.
That's certainly. I was almost killed by that Lancer guy, but
Oh no, that's wrong. In fact, you were almost killed. You were actually killed. I'm surprised you're alive again.
Tosaka's comment finishes me off. That's right. That guy killed me, and I certainly died. No excuse nor negotiation was possible. I was just someone who had to be killed. So, even if I do deny this battle to the death that I cannot understand, the others in will not withdraw.
You get it now? Then I'll go on. I don't exactly know what the Holy Grail War is, but I know that every few decades, 7 masters are chosen and given servants. I'm also chosen as a master. That's why I made a contract with a servant, and you made a contract with Saber. Think of the servant as a familiar, given to you by the Holy Grail to win the Holy Grail War. And the masters who are to work together with our servant to kill each other's masters.
Osaka's description is too brief for me to understand, but there is one thing I do wonder about. Hold on, you say Saber is a familiar, but I'm not convinced. Familiars are things like cats and birds, right? Well, I do hear that some use human ghosts, but Saber has a body. Besides, she doesn't look like a familiar. I glance at Saber. Saber is quietly listening to our conversation. She's just fucking vibing there. She looks just like a human being. I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age. Just having a girl like that near me is more than enough, so I don't get it when she tells me that Saber is a familiar. Besides, my heart is pounding right now.
Familiar, huh? Well, servants are in that category, but they are a different level. Besides, that girl over there is a ghost liner, considered to be the strongest of all familiars.
Ghost liner? Then, do you mean she really is a ghost? A human ghost that stopped living a long time ago. The reimagining minds of those with strong abilities who remain in this world even after they die. But that doesn't make sense. A ghost that doesn't have a body. A ghost can only be hurt by ghosts. So as I have a body, the ghost shouldn't be able to kill me.
A ghost. Huh. She's similar, but Saber will kill you if you compared her to one. Servants are heroes of the past given bodies, beings surpassing servants more like spirits.
Huh? Heroes of the past given bodies?
That's right. A legendary hero was pulled from the past or the present, or whenever and given a body. Well, it's like the World Master to summon them, and the Holy Grail does the rest. It's impossible for a magus to give shape to a soul, so we're assisted by a strong artifact.
Hold on. So, a hero of the past means... what? I look over at Saber. Then, she's a heroine from the past too? Well, it's true that nobody would dress like that now, but still. That's impossible. I've never heard of such magic.
Of course not. This isn't magic. Think of it as a phenomenon created by the Holy Grail. It's impossible to create a soul and give it a body without it.
Recreation of the soul. Then a servant isn't a ghost.
No. Haven't you been taught
Go work
that
your
any
cringe
human
9 to
entities
5.
or machines that leave any great achievements
I'll be
behind
gaming.
get removed from the ring of reincarnation and sublimate into beings of higher rank?
Winter, thank you for the raid. Oh my god, we're actually just about to wrap up. Thank you so much for the raid, though. Can we get a shout out for Winter? You're playing Dead by Daylight. How was that? How did that go? I hope that was good. Thank you.
Heroic spirits are like that.
Raiders, my name is Classy VT. I'm a fallen angel. I'm here with my friends, voicing over, Fate Stay Night. Again, we're just about to wrap up, unfortunately, but I do appreciate the raid. I'll pass it on to somebody else, just in a second here.
To put it simply, they have been worshipped and made into artificial gods. Ghost magic, such as supplicating ghosts, uses heroic spirits to make miracles happen. But the servants are familiars of the heroes themselves, so they accompany you in spirit form. But if need be, you can give them form and make them fight.
It's okay, Winter. Thank you, though. I do appreciate it. So you mean you can give them form or keep them in spirit form? I don't see your servant, so he's in spirit form right now?
No, he's healing his wounds in the summoning circle at my house right now. Saber wounded him just now, right? If I hadn't withdrawn him by force, he would have had his head chopped off. Look, the only ones who can beat these servants are other servants. Spirits like them. Well, we can hit them too if they take form, so we might as well able to beat them.
Okay, sounds good, Winter.
All servants are all strong as monsters, right? So we let monsters deal with monsters. The master usually supports them from behind.
Osaka's explanation irritates me for some reason. She calls them monsters. I don't know about the other servants, but I don't want her to talk about Saber like that. Go talk shit about my waifu.
Anyway, someone who became a master must kill all the masters using a servant. Do you understand it so far?
In words, yes, but I'm not convinced. To begin with, who started such a thing and why? I think I'm gonna end it here because I think it's gonna go on for a little bit longer. So we'll save here. We'll call it a stream.
Sounds Gucci.
So I feel like this is a long conversation about stuff. All right. What's our relationship chart? Oh, it's still low. It's a game. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Where's my music? There's my music. All right, we're gonna find someone to raid. I'll be back. Are you guys all free next Saturday?
I have nothing planned.
Yeah.
Nothing planned? How about you, Chibu?
I think I'm good.
Okay. So we should be back next Saturday. Tomorrow I have a double collab going on at 5 p.m. Eastern time. It starts probably till like midnight, so it's gonna be a long stream tomorrow. Jesus Christ, I am preparing myself for that. Let's see who to raid. Let's throw a raid over at... Let's hit Umi up. Let's play in Valorant right now. Valorant is a good game. I rate that game... 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 game. So, I'll send you over there. Bob's got the raid message all good to go. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.
Stinky.
I am Stinky.
Bye-bye.
No, Bob. Bob is Stinky.
Oh,
Bob smells.
Bob's Stinky?
Bob Stinky.
Bob's Stinky.
Stinky Bob. Bob Stink. You. Bunga bunga.
Bunga bunga. Read has been sent.